everyone. This is a full body workout. The only thing you will need is a yoga block or something for laying down on your side if you prefer using something. So we're going to start with some double leg footwork. Have your foot bar up in the top position. I have on 2 reds, a blue, and a white. That's 2 heavy, a medium, and a light if you want to go heavier. 3 red springs, 3 heavy springs. If you want to go lighter, do 2 reds and a blue, 2 heavy, and a medium. You can have your headrest up in the top position. Laying down on your back, we're going to start with our feet in first position. So toes are apart, heels are together. A slight V of the knees. You want that neutral spine, that little space between your lower back and the carriage. Take an inhale and exhale, press the carriage all the way out, resisting it in. Think about squeezing those heels together, zipping up through those inner thighs. Exhaling as you press. Slow on the way in. As you press out, think about squeezing or pulling up through those quads to squeeze the quads and glutes. Five more full range. Last one. We're going to come in halfway, hold it, just isometric hold, 10 seconds. 9, think about squeezing those quads. Last 4, keep breathing. Press it all the way out, full extension. Pull the carriage all the way in. We're going to go down to your heels, parallel, hip distance apart. Flex the toes up to the ceiling. Take an inhale and exhale, press out. Full extension, resist down slow. Make sure your knees are in line with your heels, which are in line with your sit bones. Slow on the way in. Keeping that neutral spine, that little space between your lower back and the carriage. Three more. Last one, press it all the way out. We're going to come in halfway, isometric hold, 10 seconds. Breathe, feel those quads. And press it all the way out, full extension. Come all the way in. We're going to drop down to your toes, parallel. Lift those heels high. Take an inhale. Exhale, press all the way out, full extension. Slow on the way in. Make sure you're pressing through all 10 toes evenly, especially the big toes. You don't want to roll out so you're on the pinky toes. Keep those heels lifted the whole time. Five more full range. Last one. Press it all the way out. Come in halfway, isometric hold, 10 seconds. Keep those heels high. Make sure you're breathing. Last 4, 3, 2. Press it all the way out. Keep the legs straight. Drop the heels below the foot bar and all the way up, going into calf raises. So get the heels low and then all the way back up high. Five more full range. Working through those ankle joints, but also working the calves. Last one, we're going to hold both heels high. Now drop one heel low, bending the other knee, so you're getting a little stretch in one of the calves. And then lift both heels high, drop the other heel low, bending the other knee. Now go back to the other side, but don't take as long of a break, and then lift up. Drop the other heel low, and then lift up. So going into running or prancing, just picking up the pace a little bit, but make sure both heels meet at the top. Four more here. The last one, take one more stretch and just hold it there. Deep breath. And then switch, other leg, getting a stretch in that calf. And then bend the knees, pull the carriage all the way in. We're going to bring your heels wide into second position. Heels are on the foot bar, slight turn out of the legs. Press the carriage all the way out. Resist down. Squeezing the glutes and quads at the top. Keeping that neutral spine. So the more you resist it in, the more your legs will do the work. Exhaling to press. 3 more full range. Last one, press it all the way out. Come in halfway, hold it for 10, 9, 8. Last 4, 3, 2. Press it all the way out, full extension. Pull it all the way in. We're going to grab onto the shoulder rest and bring those legs into tabletop. We're going to squeeze those knees and feet together. Imprint that back. We're going to drop the legs to the left. You're only going as far as you can, keeping that right shoulder blade down and those knees and feet stacked. And then exhale back to center. Drop the legs to the right. Keep the left shoulder blade down. And exhale back to center. So you're getting a stretch through the spine and also working the obliques. So you don't have to drop the legs that far. So inhaling over and exhaling back to center. One more each side. Last one. Bring those legs back to center. You can drop those hands by your hips, going into single alternating toe taps. Imprint that back. Reach that left toe just over the foot bar and exhale back up. Reach that right toe down and lift. You're only going as far as you can without arching the back and keeping those abs engaged. Sucking the belly button to the spine. 2 more here. Last one, then we're going to go into double leg toe taps. Squeeze those knees and feet together. You're going to lower the legs down. You probably won't be able to go as far, and exhale, lift up. The goal is to keep the back pressed against the mat the whole time using those abs. Inhaling down and exhale, lifting up. Two more. Last one. Bring those legs back into tabletop, holding it here. We're going to reach that left leg long and pull it in. Then reach that right leg long towards the foot bar and pull in. Again, imprinting that back, scooping those abs in. Three more. So just warming up the core. Last one. Now we're going to extend both legs. If you need to place your hands underneath your bottom, you can. So extend both legs out and pull in. If you have your hands underneath your bottom, make sure they're close to your bottom and not close to your lower back. Reach those legs. If you have to reach them higher to the ceiling, you can do that. Two more here. Last one. Extend both legs out. Hold it and do a little cross with those legs for 10. 9. Stabilize the hips and pelvis. 8. Last 4. 3, 2, 1. Pull those knees in. Do a little rock side to side. We're going to roll on up, change our springs. Going into a little single leg footwork. Take off the white and one red. So we're left with one red spring, one blue spring. That's a heavy and a medium spring. If you want to go heavier, do 2 red springs, 2 heavy springs. Laying back down on our back, unilateral work is really great to make sure we're working both legs evenly. So left heel is on the foot bar, right leg is in tabletop. Again, neutral spine. Take an inhale, exhale, press out, full extension, slow on the way in. Make sure those hips are even level, that one hip isn't hiked up more than the other. Pressing out slow, not locking the leg, you're just squeezing that quad as you press out. Five more full range. Last one. You're going to come in halfway and just, again, isometric hold, 10 seconds. Keep breathing. Last 4, 3, 2. Press the carriage all the way out, full extension. Come all the way in. Put that right heel on the foot bar in line with your right sit bone, left leg in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, press all the way out. Resist and slow. Squeezing that quad and glute at the top. Keeping that little space between your lower back and the carriage, that neutral spine. 5 more full range. Last one, press it all the way out. Come in halfway, isometric hold, 10 seconds. Breathe, try to relax the shoulders. 8, 9, and press it all the way out, full extension. Come all the way in. Drop your left toe on the foot bar, right leg in tabletop, so that left toe is high. Press all the way out. Resist down. So making sure you're pressing through that big toe as well. Exhaling to press out. Squeezing that glute and quad each time you press out. 5 more full range. Last one. Come halfway in and hold it. Isometric hold for 10. Keep that heel lifted. Squeeze that quad. Last 3, 2, 1. Press it all the way out. Full extension. Come all the way in. Right toe is on the foot bar. Left leg in tabletop. Keep that heel high. Press the carriage all the way out. Slow. Resist down. Full extension. Five more full range, keeping those hips level. One more, we're going to press it all the way out, full extension. Come back in halfway, last hold, 10 seconds, breathe. Feel that quad, keep that heel lifted. Last 3, 2, 1, press it all the way out. Come all the way in. We're going to roll on up, getting into a little bit of arms and some more abs. Take off the blue springs. You have one red spring, one heavy spring. If you want to go heavier, you could do a red and a white, a heavy and a light, or you could stay with a red and a blue, a heavy and a medium. I think it's a little too heavy, but do what you want. You're going to grab those straps and hang them up. So laying down on your back, like I said, one red, one heavy that I'm using. We're going to grab those straps with your fingers. Now press the carriage out slightly and reach those fingertips up long to the ceiling. You want your wrists in line with the shoulders. Now press the back into the mat, engaging the abs and legs into tabletop. Straight arms, you're going to press those hands down to your hips to a hover. Back up, shoulder height. Think about dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Reaching those fingertips long to the foot bar. If you have to bend your elbows to press down, then your springs are too heavy, so lighten them. resisting it up. We're going to do 3 more in this variation. Last one. Then we're going to add a leg reach. So press those arms down, reach that left leg out, hold it for a second, then pull everything back in. Now we're going to reach that right leg out, hold for a second, and pull it back in. So just alternating a leg reach over the foot bar, and you're only reaching that leg as low as you can without arching that lower back. Three more here. Now we're going to hold it out there. Keep that left leg out. Arms are down. Now just switch those legs, little bicycles for 10. Make sure the back is pressed against the mat. Arms are straight. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend those knees in. Keep those arms out. Now you're going to bend the elbows and press out. So working the triceps. Try to keep those elbows to a hover if you can. Try not to let them rest on the carriage. Just hinging at the elbow joint, getting the full extension of the arms. Two more here. Last one, press out and keep those arms straight. Now bring those arms straight up to the ceiling, just shoulder height. Bring those arms out to a side to a T. Now we're going to sweep those hands down by your thighs, palms are facing each other, back out to that T position. So squeezing those lat muscles, that muscle underneath your armpit. Make sure the hands aren't going below the carriage. And they're stopping just below the shoulders or at the shoulders. You don't want them to go past. Two more here. Last one. Bring those arms back out to the T position and up to the ceiling, shoulder distance apart, going into arm circles. Press those arms down, circling out and around. Back up shoulder height. So lower, circle out and around, back up to the ceiling. Same with this movement. Make sure the hands aren't going below the carriage. Just rotating along the shoulder joint. Four more in this direction. The last one. And reverse directions. Go out to the T, press it down, then bring those arms back up to the ceiling. Out, press down, sweep. Keep the back pressed against the carriage. Three more. Last one. The last thing we're going to finish with, bring those arms back up to the ceiling. We're going to press those arms straight down like we did at the beginning. Extend both legs to the diagonal. Pull the legs in, arms up to the ceiling. So press those arms down. Again, you can reach those legs higher to the ceiling if you need, or just keep the legs in tabletop. We have 8 more. The last 3. 2. Last one. And reach those arms up. Rest those feet on the foot bar. You can drop the straps into the well. And I want you to just rock the legs side to side, keeping those feet on the foot bar. Just getting a little stretch through the back and the hips. And then come back to center. We're going to sit on up. I'm going to stay on 1 red spring, 1 heavy spring for now. If you want to go lighter, you could do 1 blue spring, 1 medium spring. We're going to place our hands on the foot bar. Your feet are up against the shoulder rests. Now I want you to kind of sit back on your heels and press the carriage out so you're away from the stopper. Keeping the shoulders where they are, I just want you to press those feet back, pushing those hips forward, so now you're in a modified push-up position, but your shoulders are back. So keeping the shoulders still, just pull the carriage in. Press those legs back. Abs are tight, pushing those hips forward and in slow. As you press those legs back, squeeze those glutes. Make sure the neck is long, that you're not dropping the chin. 5 more here. This next one, press those legs back. Hold this position with the hips. Now we're going to pull the carriage in with those arms only. Just pull it in so the shoulders are still just past the foot bar or in line with the foot bar. And then press back as far as you can. So since we have a heavier spring on, it gives your abs more support. If it was a lighter spring, you would use your abs a little bit more to support yourself. So slow on the way in. The slower you go, the more you're working the muscles. One more here. Make sure you're engaging those abs. The last one. We're going to pull it in about halfway. Just so the shoulders are back behind the wrists. You can bring those hands wider if you need. Going into modified push-ups, bend the elbows and press up for 10. Go slow. Lengthen the neck. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just press back into a little child's pose. Stretch through the shoulders. Let the head drop down between those arms. Quick little breather. And then round the spine. Pull the carriage all the way into the stopper. We're going to do a little bit more arm work. We're going to change our spring. I'm going to do 1 blue spring, 1 white spring. That's a medium and a light. You could always stay with the red spring if you want it, or one red, one heavy if you want it heavier. We're going to lower the headrest down. We're going to grab our reformer straps. We're going to face the back. So having a seat, you can put your feet through the shoulder rest and cross them, or you could have your legs wider than the shoulder rest. Make sure you have about a few fingertips behind you, distance. Sitting up tall through the spine. Arms are long, fingertips are reaching towards the floor. Straight arms, we're going to press past the hips. Resist forward. So lengthening the crown of the head to the ceiling. Trying to make your spine long. Make sure you're not moving the shoulders forward and back as you press. Think about squeezing those shoulders or pulling the shoulders together as you press back. If you're having to bend the elbows to press, then lighten the springs. Five more here. Sitting up tall through that spine. Last one. We're going to sweep it forward, turn the palms up to the ceiling. Tuck the pelvis under slightly. Bicep curls. Bring those hands to the outside of your face, towards your temples, and extend forward. Just hinging at the elbow joint. Make sure you're not lifting and lowering the elbows, that the elbows are staying the same height the whole time. Dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Five more full range. Last one. Extend those arms all the way out and sit up tall. Now we're going to cross the straps. You're going to put your hands through the ropes to grab up a little bit higher by the buckles. Palms are facing the floor. You're sitting up tall through the spine. We're going to pull the elbows high and wide, so doing a high row and releasing it forward. The hands are to the outside of your chest. The elbows are wide. That torso staying still. So squeezing the upper back and shoulders, such a great posture exercise. Five more here, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Now we're going to do a low row or a narrow row. So it's going to feel easier. We're going to pull those elbows close to the ribs, narrow, squeezing the upper back and shoulders, all the way forward. So like I said, it might feel light now, but we're going to go into a single arm. So just get this movement all the way forward, all the way back. Think about squeezing those shoulder blades together. One more, then we're going to add that single arm row. So reach both arms forward. Now just pull that right arm forward, that left arm stays out. And then pull that left arm back, right arm extends. So alternating which arm you're pulling with. Keep that elbow narrow. Keep that torso still. Keep going. Five more. Last one. Extend all the way forward. And we're going to uncross the straps. We're going to drop the left strap into the well, and you're going to hang up the right strap. We're going to grab that yoga block or whatever you use for laying down on your side. And I'm going to keep the springs as is, one blue, one white, a medium, and a light. If you want to go lighter, one blue, one medium. If you want to go heavier, one red, one heavy. Laying down on your left side, make sure your bottom is to the back of the carriage but not off. We're going to press the carriage out. Put your right foot in the strap. Lifting up through that bottom left rib, make sure it's not sinking down. That makes your hips are in line. Keep this knee bent. The shin is parallel with the carriage. We're going to press all the way out towards the foot bar. Resist it in, back to that 90 degrees. Full extension. Make sure that rope isn't hitting you in the face. If it is, then you're pressing your leg too far back. Four more in this variation. One more. Then you're going to pull that leg halfway in. Just hold it still for 10. 9, make sure that shin is parallel with the machine. 8, 7, keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, now little pulses. Press it down 2 inches and in 2 inches for 10. Small movement. Last 4, 3, 2, last one, press it all the way out. Hold it there. Now I want you to turn your toe slightly up to the ceiling in external rotation. Lift the leg a little bit higher. Now you're going to bend the knees toward your shoulder, but don't come all the way in, and then press out. Make sure that heel is lifted and that it's not dropping to your bottom. Full extension. Slow on the way in. 3 more. Last one, press it all the way out. You're going to pull it halfway in again. Again, back to that 90 degrees. Don't move the carriage. We're going to drop the knee and ankle down and lift up. So little fire hydrants. Make sure you're not rolling the hips or the shoulder back. This is the last thing, and then we'll take a stretch. So the goal is to keep that carriage as still as possible. You have tension in that rope. 2 more. And last one. Drop that leg down. Take that foot out of the strap. You can drop it into the well and just roll over to your back. And we'll cross that right leg over the left. You can press out on that knee slightly, opening up the hip and glute. Or you could grab underneath that left hamstring and pull it in more. Just take a few breaths here. And release. We're going to roll on up and go to the other side. So stand up, grab that reformer strap. Laying down now on that right side. Make sure your bottom is to the back. Press out and put the strap on that left foot. Now lift up through that bottom right rib so it's not sinking down. The foot is parallel. We're going to press all the way out through that left leg, pulling it in slow. So squeezing that glute, full extension, bending that leg back to 90 degrees. Make sure the shin is parallel with the carriage. Two more. This next one, we're going to pull it in halfway and just hold it. 90 degrees, isometric hold for 10. Breathe, make sure the knee is in line with the hip. Last 4, 3, 2. Now press it down a few inches and in a few inches. So you're pressing towards the foot bar, little pulses, going slow. Two more. And press the carriage all the way out, full extension with that leg. Now rotate the toe up to the ceiling and then lift the leg a little bit higher. Bend that knee in, external rotation, and press out. Make sure you're not rolling back too far, so you don't want to open the hip or the shoulder too much. And keep that shin lifted or that heel high as you bend in. Two more here. Last one. Bend that leg halfway in. Hold it still, going into the fire hydrants. Lower the knee and foot down to a hover and back up. Keeping that carriage as still as possible. Only lifting as high as you can without rolling the hips or the shoulder. Two more. Last one. And release. Take your foot out of that strap. Drop it into the well. Roll over to your back and cross that left leg over the right and press out slightly on that glute or hip. And then grab underneath that hamstring and pull it in more. And then release. We're going to roll on up and change our springs. We're going to do one red spring, one blue spring. That's a heavy and a medium spring for some feet and straps. If you want to go heavier, you could do 2 red springs, 2 heavy springs. We're going to grab those reformer straps and hang them up on the hook so it's easy to get into. You can lift your headrest up if you like it in the top position. Laying back down on your back, grab those straps and press the carriage out. One foot goes in, then the other. So we're going to start with our feet in a frog position. So our heels are together, our toes are apart. Make sure those shins are lifted, the heels are a little bit higher than the knees or in line with the knees. We're going to press all the way out, squeezing those inner thighs, resist in. So think about stretching those legs long towards the foot bar. And think about squeezing those heels together as you extend. That activates the inner thighs a little bit more. Three more here. Last one. Hold it there. Now rotate the feet so they're parallel. We're going to lift those legs up to the ceiling, stopping at 90 degrees and lowering down. If you're not as flexible, just go to where you can without lifting your bottom off of the carriage. So keeping your bottom heavy on the mat. Slow on the way up. Two more here. Last one. Now we're going to start in the same way, but going into leg circles. So you're going to lower the legs down, open out and around, back up to the ceiling. Make sure those legs are not going below the carriage. You're stabilizing the hips and pelvis so it's not rocking. Make sure the legs are coming together all the way at the top before you press down. Two more in this direction. Meet the legs at the top and then reverse. Open the legs out, circle around, squeeze those heels together before you lift back up. Circle around, lead with the heels, using those inner thighs. Three more. Last one. We're going to bring those legs up to the ceiling. You can grab the ropes and now try to pull those feet closer to your face. Now, if you want, you can lift the tailbone up just a little bit to get a deeper stretch in the back of the legs and the lower back. Take a few more breaths here. And then press those legs up. Holding the ropes, you're going to put the bottoms of your feet together and open the legs wide so you're in that butterfly stretch. You can reach and grab your toes and try to pull those feet closer to you. You could also use the elbows to press out on the calves or the knees to get a stretch in those inner thighs. And release. We're going to take your feet out of the straps, one foot on the foot bar, then the other. We're going to come on up to the right side of the carriage and just finish with a single thigh stretch. So take off the red spring. So I'm on one blue, one medium. My right foot will be on the floor. The left foot is up against the shoulder rest. We're going to press the carriage back, bending that right knee and trying to press the left hip flexor forward. So you want to think about tucking the pelvis under to press it forward. Think about relaxing the shoulders. You're going to pull the carriage in and go back again into that stretch and see if you can get a little bit deeper. Now pull the carriage all the way in, and we're going to straighten that front leg and lift the toes up to the ceiling. Now press the carriage back slightly, and then you're going to lean that chest forward. You want to think about getting a stretch in the back of that right leg, the calf. The more you flex the toes, the deeper a stretch in the calf you'll get. You could also place a hand on the rail if you want a deeper stretch through the hamstring. And then pull the carriage all the way in. Going to the other side, your left foot will be on the floor, right foot up against the shoulder rest. Press the carriage back, bending that left knee and pressing that right hip flexor forward. So tucking the pelvis under to get that stretch. Relaxing the shoulders. Pull the carriage all the way in and go back one more time. See if you can get deeper into that stretch. And then pull the carriage all the way in. We're going to straighten that left leg, lift the toes up to the ceiling, press the carriage back slightly, and then lean that chest forward, trying to get a deeper stretch down that left leg. You could also place a hand on the rail and lean that chest forward more to get a deeper stretch. And then pull the carriage all the way in. We're just going to finish with a spine stretch. So you're going to straddle the machine. We're going to take that right hand towards the left side of the foot bar, left arm up to the ceiling. Now reach that left arm up and over towards the right side. Make sure that left sit bone is down so you're getting a stretch down the left side of the body. Just exhale, breathing into that stretch. Then sit all the way up. We're going to take that left hand, reach it back to one of the shoulder rests. Now you're going to push against the foot bar and the shoulder rest, doing a spine twist. And then release. We're going to take that left hand, reach it towards the right side of the foot bar, right arm up to the ceiling. Reach that right arm up and over towards the left side of the body, keeping that right sit bone down. We're trying to feel a stretch through the right side. And then come all the way up. Take that right hand to one of the shoulder rests, push against the foot bar and the shoulder rest, doing a deep spine twist. And then come back to center. And that is our class, everyone. I hope you guys had a great workout, and I'll see you at the next one.